Hello, everybody who are watching this video clip of my introduction to our research on spreadsheet intelligence for Excel ideas. I'm Shi Han, from a researcher from Microsoft Research Asia in Beijing. We are the Data Knowledge Intelligence Group. We started the research on spreadsheet intelligence since about 5 years ago. And in the past 2 years, we have been in close collaboration with Excel, and we shipped ideas in Excel together, which is a one-click intelligence that empowers you to understand your data with high-level visual summaries and insightful patterns. Now let me go to the first demo about ideas in Excel. This is a worksheet, and it has some sales data about bicycle. The data is in the form of a multi-dimensional table. It has 5 data fields. 3 of them are dimensions, and 2 of them are measures. For example, the year data field is a temporal dimension. The category and product are 2 categorical dimensions, while sales and rating are measures. Now, let me just single click on the Ideas button. The intelligent service will help you understand your data. For example, these are 2 high-level summary analysis. Sales by product, rating by year and category. And also there are insightful patterns. For example, sales increase over year. And also accessories has noticeably higher sales across all the categories. For this kind of insights, it's not easy for user just to discover them from the raw data. It needs cost user some time and effort to figure them out. If user feel interested, he or she can click the button to see more. For example, here is sales and rating appear highly correlated with one outlier, and quite often the outlier might be more interesting. And also we realize that rating also increase over years. And if a user feel interested, he or she can click the insert button. And the insights will be inserted to the grid. A user can use it directly as the analysis result in the report, or he or she can conduct some follow-up analysis based on it. So this is a demo for ideas in Excel. To enable such a one-click intelligence is never easy. There is a pipeline of underlying tasks with grand challenges. Let me explain them a little bit. First, after I click the Ideas button, we need to automatically detect all the tables on the sheet to be analyzed. I will get back to this very soon. After table detection, at the second step, for each detected table, we will need to automatically recognize their table structure. Quite often, human users create tables in various structures that can be very beautiful and very human-friendly. But I have to say, such kind of human-friendly tables are often not machine-friendly, which means machine can hardly understand the structure of such kind of tables. So based on the recognized table structure, we need to automatically transform the data into some canonical form so that machine can automatically process them. At the third step, we need to automatically understand the metadata. For example, in this data set, we need to know which data fields are dimensions, which data fields are measures. For the dimensions, which ones are temporal, which ones are categorical. And for measures, what's their default aggregation function. For example, for sales, people usually do sum. But for ratings, we rarely sum ratings up, but we usually do average. All right. Last but not least, we will go to analysis, recommendation, and insights mining. It usually has a very high computational complexity or with a huge search space, as well as all the challenges in modeling the semantic in the analysis. All right. So in this demo, next step, I will focus on one piece of it to exemplify our technology suite, which is the table sense for table range detection. Let's go to the demo. At first, I would say table detection is very important, yet very challenging. It is important because just imagine in this kind of one-click intelligence without table detection, the whole experience cannot be fully automated. Also, without this kind of technology, user may have to manually select the exact range of a table. Even though user want to do that, for some other important scenarios, it is almost impossible to do that. For example, mobile and cloud. For mobile, many mobile devices are just of very small screen, so it will be very difficult for user to specify exact boundary of tables on very small screen. Also, in the cloud, when we want to do some offline analysis against large scale of data, there is no chance for user to do interaction and specify each table in each file. So that's why table detection is very important. And now, with this demo, you will see it is also very challenging. This is the table sense demo. I click the table sense button. So this is the detecting result. We highlight the exact table range without title, without footnote. In this example, it shows that for sometimes user may insert some white space inside a table, which challenges the continuity inside a table that can confuse machine and challenge the table detection task. This is another example. And this example, I would say, is more challenging than the previous one. It seems that there are 4 pieces, however, semantically they are in the one table. Sometimes the table are not well formatted, so it's even challenging for human. Human user need to spend a lot of effort and attention to correctly identify what's the exact boundary of a table. Another example. So in this example, table has a more complex structure. I just go through more examples. So this is also an interesting example. So actually, there are 3 tables. It's very visually confusing, right? Sometimes user can put a lot of table on a single sheet. For example, this one. Okay, I will not enumerate all the tables one by one. So let's go back to this part. Beyond this pipeline of fundamental tasks, actually, in the past 5 years, we have accumulated a rich repository of technology suite. For example, it also includes the automatic table formatting and data and presentation defect detection and automated formula refactoring. So if you feel interested about our research and technology, more details can also be checked out from our project website, aka.ms/spreadsheet intelligence. Thank you.